What's going on, Bliss Talk TV? I am your host, DJ Fundraiser, coming to you live, Bliss Talk. It's been too long, man. It's been too long, man. Shout out my co-host Relic. He will be here for the NFL draft recap that we do next week. So, NFL fans, I hope y'all know that now. Just the NFL draft is this week. We getting close. We getting close. Me and Relic, we've been enjoying this time off, enjoying the fruits of our labor, but we getting close, man. We getting close. It's about to be NFL season, man. We're gonna talk about some of these stories that have come out, some of these trades that have come out. You know, once again, NFL draft starts this Thursday. Man, make sure you tuned in, man. There's gonna be some surprises. I'm telling you. I'm gonna talk a little bit about it, do a little short NFL draft preview. Listen, man, we gotta get to it though. We gotta get to the big move that happened not that long ago, man. Because I'm just chilling, you know, living life, doing what I got to do, always trying to elevate myself, man. You know what we doing out here. But then the news came across Dexter Lawrence is a Cincinnati Bengal. The 10th pick in the draft got traded for Dexter Lawrence. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. We trading Dexter Lawrence, top 5 at his position. I know the stats. Oh, his run defensive stats went down. Oh, he didn't sack the quarterback as much. He wasn't as disruptive. Anyone that watched the tape knows he's still top 5 at his position. If you watch him play, ask Brian Burns, who just had one of the best years of his career, if Dexter Lawrence is still elite. Because Dexter Lawrence draws so much attention from a defense that guys like Brian Burns now, who usually would be getting more attention than they would if Dexter Lawrence wasn't there, and he will see a dip in production because he's not there anymore, can now get 16 to 17 sacks because all he got to do is win his one-on-one matchup. They're not going to be shading no line coverages and line schemes over to his side. They got to make sure Dexter Lawrence ain't running straight up the middle, murdering their quarterback, messing up every run play they call, messing up screens, messing up short passes. Because the quarterback ain't got no time because the worst place for a quarterback to be getting pressure from is straight up the middle. Everybody who knows football knows that. The guys like Dexter Lawrence and the Aaron Donalds and even back in the day, the Warren Sapps and guys like that, they stats may not always look the greatest. And of course now we got nerds with these super stats and now we got stats about stats. Man, listen, watch the game footage, man. This dude had a whole elbow brace on almost the entire season, man. He was still hurt. Everybody who could see it knows it. He's still elite. He's top 5 at his position. We're going to stop with this narrative that he ain't elite. We're going to stop that. We're going to stop it now. First of all, it takes years to get into elite status anyway. You don't lose it after 1 year. What are we doing out here? We just dropping Dexter Lawrence out of the elite category because he's wearing an elbow brace the whole year, getting double teamed 40% of the time? I'm pretty sure that helped Brian Burns get 16, 17 sacks. If Abdul Carter played a little better, we could have seen better results possibly. Let's see how the New York Giants defensive line looks without Dexter Lawrence next year. That'll be all you need to know. But let's get to the grades real fast. I feel about this trade the same way I felt about Trent McDuffie. Y'all go check out that clip on Blitz Talk too. This gets an F, man. I hate this for the Giants. I hate it. I absolutely hate it because they were making some progress. You got John Harbaugh. I like some of your free agency moves. I didn't like losing Wan'Dale Robinson, but once again, Blitz Talk. I ain't gonna get too much in their free agency. Y'all go check out that free agency special on Blitz Talk YouTube, Blitz Talk Instagram, Blitz Talk TikTok, all that good stuff. Follow us there. But the Giants, at the end of the day, you might have your quarterback. Jackson Dart, if he stays away from the concussions, he's got a future. Malik Neighbors is a potential top 5 wide receiver. He just has to stay healthy. But once again, that defensive line, which I said when Blitz Talk first started, you go watch the clip, was going to be the strength of that defense. Now you done traded the best player. You just traded your best defensive player. You just traded. This is just like the Trent McDuffie thing to me. You don't trade your best player on one side of the ball for basically a lottery ticket. And let's just be honest. When have the Giants ever been great at drafting in the past 10 years? They have not been great at drafting. Dexter Lawrence is one of the few guys they've drafted in the last 10 years that's even hit. This would be a higher grade if this was a better team at drafting. This was the Chiefs, and I still gave them an F for the Duffy thing because you just don't trade players that good. Here's my thing. I've looked at this draft. I've studied this draft. It's very top heavy, especially probably between 1 and 10. Now, they got the 10th pick back. Cool. They now have 2 picks in the top 10. Cool. The guy that I think they would need is probably not going to be there. I'll discuss that more when we do the draft special soon. But I don't think the guy that they need to draft is going to be there. If this was a top 5 pick they got back, I'd have been saying, okay, this makes sense. You're more than likely going to get one of the 5 best players in the draft now. But now that you're saying it's 10, I don't think the player at 10 is going to be better than Dexter Lawrence for the next 3 years. I don't believe that. I've looked at the draft enough to know this ain't one of those type of drafts to me. It's very top heavy. Too many question marks around a lot of different positions out in this draft. Too many question marks. And if you need a quarterback this draft, you really gotta look. Might well go ahead and punt this year and go for the next year. But here's my thing. When you trade elite players, you better be getting one back. Because draft picks are just basically like lottery tickets. Yes, you could possibly hit, but more often than not, because most of these teams have bad GMs, they don't hit. These teams will stockpile draft picks and not hit on any of them. I'm telling y'all, go look at the Giants' last like 10 drafts. You'll see names like Eli Apple, Evan Neal, Darius Toney. Like what? Like who said they're even gonna hit these 2 picks in the first 10 picks? Who said they even gonna hit? But I know it is gonna hit. Dexter Lawrence gonna hit a lot of quarterbacks and a lot of running backs next year. He's one of those guys who, when you see the tape, there might not have been a stat for what he did, but it made more impact than the guy who probably got the sack. Because he probably moved 2 linemen out the way, which made the quarterback run to the right into a sack. Or a running back was about to run through an open hole that Dexter Lawrence, in a peek of an eye, just literally plugged up, and now he's got to do a cutback, tackle for loss for the guy on the other side. I'm telling you, there's a lot of plays like that with Dexter Lawrence. He does a lot of F him up plays, which is you had a plan and now it's F up. Dexter Lawrence is one of those guys. He does not show up in the stat sheet all the time, but listen, I watched him last year because I was wondering. I was like, man, this defensive line wasn't as good as it should have been. But he clearly was hurt. He was wearing an elbow brace most of the time. But listen, man, this dude is top 5 at his position. And you got him for the 10th overall pick in the draft. There's no one in the top 10 that's going to be a top 5 player at their position in 3 to 4 years, in my opinion. There's some guys in the top 3 that might be that, but not in the top 10. I think after we get really to probably about 10, it gets slim pickings after that. It's a lot of after that in this draft. I'm not really excited about this draft. I'm not. The talent is in certain positions. It just is. Now the guys who are at the top are, the Jeremiah Loves, the Bailey, like they look really, really good. Pro Bowl level, maybe all pro level. But once again, I ain't gonna get too much into that. We're here to talk about Dexter Lawrence. And let me just say this. Because we gotta get to the Cincinnati Bengals side now. Cincinnati, if you had kept Trey Hendrickson, this would have got an A. Because I love this, that Trey Hendrickson's there. Because now he finally got some help. Got a dog in the middle. He ain't the only person now on the line that's going to be getting the offensive coordinator, like, where's number, I don't know what Dexter Lawrence is going to wear. They haven't announced that yet, but where's Dexter Lawrence? Because they usually would be saying, where's Trey Henderson? If Dexter Lawrence is on that team, they're going to be saying, where's Dexter Lawrence? Because I'm telling you, offensive coordinators do not want the quarterback getting pressure up the middle. That's not where they want pressure coming from. If it's coming from the outside, there's a chance for a step up. There's a chance for a gap to open for a running lane. If it's coming straight up the middle, I mean, there ain't really many places a quarterback could go. It ain't. Unless he Michael Vick in 04. So I I could give this move only really a C plus because they had to do something because they lost Trey Hendrickson. And I like that they did this because everybody knows the Bengals are cheap. The Bengals are historically cheap. So for them to spend this type of money and go get Dexter Lawrence, because you are going to have to pay him too. If they did this as a rental, that's just stupid. I like the move from that standpoint because at least you're showing your team we're going to try. We're going to try. Dexter Lawrence is a dog. He's going to be great for that locker room. He's going to be great for that defensive line. He's going to make everybody on that defensive line better. Him next to Jonathan Allen, he will make Jonathan Allen better. But they need outside pass rushers. They need outside pass rushers. Maybe they'll find a way to get it in the draft. Maybe. Who knows? But they got to get some outside pass rushers, or this move really was for nothing. Because they're going to just double team Trevor Lawrence. I mean, excuse me, not Trevor. Dexter Lawrence. So his impact's only going to be felt but so much if the outside people can't get home. That's why I really thought what the Giants had last year was going to be epic because I'm like a dual Carter, Thibodeau, Burns, Lawrence. Like, who you can't double team nobody really. And I was partly right because Burns had almost 17 sacks, I think. He ended up being an all-pro. He was that good. But once again, I would have loved this move if you keep Trey Hendrickson, man. All you had to do was pay Trey Hendrickson, man. That's all you had to do. Y'all want to be cheap and do all this stuff? All right, man. All right. You got the best quarterback probably in your franchise's history. You're probably gonna have the best wide receiver in your franchise's history. Both in a primes right now, and you're not doing nothing to put a Super Bowl team on the field. You're just being cheap. You're the best defensive player y'all had, y'all just let go. Before that, you let Jesse Bates walk out the door. I just don't understand it. I just really don't understand it, man. But at least they did something. I give the move a C. Because it didn't matter what they got in the 10th pick. It wasn't going to be Dexter Lawrence. He automatically makes that defense better. And you had to do something losing Trey Henderson. You had to. You absolutely had to. And the draft wasn't going to be the answer unless you moved up and got somebody else. I will say this about the Giants getting the 10th pick. If they do something with the pick in the draft, I reserve the right to change my grade. Like if they go get, let's say maybe they go get Max Crosby. Maybe they go do something crazy. I don't know. We'll see. If they go do something crazy, then hey, I'll change my grade. But I'm not a proponent of trading the best player on your side of the ball. This to me would be like them trading Malik Neighbors. I know Malik Neighbors is younger, but he is potentially top 5 of his position. Dexter Lawrence is too. It's very hard to draft a player who ends up being top 5 at their position in the whole NFL. That's very hard to do. Now the Bengals have, done it twice now because Joe Burrow and Chase. But let's be clear, it's very hard to do. It's very hard to draft a top 5 player at his position because that's basically meaning you're drafting basically an all-pro. Very hard to do. Most teams don't do it. So let's just be honest about it, Blitz Talk TV. If you said today I could have the 10th pick in the draft or Dexter Lawrence on a team that's potentially, let's look at that division too. I mean, the Cowboys look good offensively, but I don't love their defense. Washington's going to be way better, but can Jaden Daniels stay healthy? The Eagles, I think they're going to take a step back. I think the Giants, now with John Harbaugh bringing in new energy, if Jackson Dart can stay healthy, They might have something. Who knows? But now I don't know now. I don't know now. I don't know. I didn't love this move. I just didn't. I don't like trading your best player on defense for a lottery ticket. That's what draft picks are. They're lottery tickets. A lot of people spend a lot of money on them. All you buying is hope. You buying hope. Dexter Lawrence is a for sure thing. I don't know. Wouldn't have been the move I went with, but if you look at the Giants draft history, I mean, I don't have much confidence in their drafting. I just don't. You just go look at their last 10 drafts. Besides the neighbors draft and the Dexter Lawrence draft, it ain't been good. It's a lot of flops. A lot of flops. So they're gonna have to hit on both of these picks. I'll tell you that right now. They're gonna have to hit on both of these picks, or this is going to be a train wreck. But Blitz Talk TV, y'all let me know what y'all think of this Dexter Lawrence trade, man. Gonna be a Cincinnati Bengal.